Hello, everyone. This is Paul and Joan from Premier Destiny. It's Tuesday again, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are so glad you're joining us today for our weekly Q&A. All right, so welcome, and we have a great question from Gail. Gail sent this question all the way from Tulsa, Oklahoma. So what is Gail's question? Anyway, before I go to Gail's question, let me just share with some of you who are seeing us for the first time that Paul and I are transformational experts with Premier Destiny. We believe everyone deserves to live a life of success and prosperity. So we do this every Tuesday at 12 p.m. We get a question from our clients or from the audience through our social media platforms or by email. And we'll be sharing that information with you. So if you have any questions, you can send them our way also. Okay. And in the meantime, you can ask any questions you would like while on the live today. So Gail's question is, she says, what are the common obstacles and challenges faced on the path to success? And how can I overcome them? First off, Gail, thank you so much for sending in that question. That's a great question because we believe many people can relate with that question. Everyone wants to be successful, and we believe that everyone deserves to be successful, right? But there are certain challenges that come here and there, obstacles. All right. So we're going to attempt to answer your question, Gail. But before I do, I would like to also say that Paul and I believe that success is something you attract. Okay. I know many times people feel like, okay, I'm chasing success. No, success is something you attract by who you become, how you position yourself. So you start from within to make yourself be to make yourself to get yourself to the point where you attract success actually. Okay, and that's how you do it effortlessly. All right, that's a topic for another day, but we're gonna go ahead and answer your question. And by the way, Gail and other viewers today, I have a book out there called Money Locates You, and it's on Amazon. In it, I share a lot of these concepts um, in depth, okay, to help you attract money. But Gail's question is not specific to money, but it's for success. So the concepts and principles and ideas I share in my book, Money Locates You, can also help you attract success. Okay. All right. So we're going to take a stab at Gail's question, and I'm going to have Paul get us started here with some common challenges and obstacles and how to overcome them. I'm emphasizing the common because I think we're going to have another live here where we look at the not so common ones, right? We call them success blockers. So that will be for another session. So stay tuned for when we do talk about those success blockers. Those are ones that people will not even think are stopping them, are blocking them, from becoming who they need to be so they can attract success. But for Gail's question today, we're looking at the common challenges and obstacles, okay, and how to overcome them. So, okay, over to you, Paul.
Thank you, Joan. Welcome, listeners and a vast listening audience. We're so delighted you're able to join us today. Thank you again for taking time to be with us here today. We're going to share, like Joan talked about, Gail's question is really a good one.
Yeah.
It's a good one because something it's a question that we can all learn from, I believe, because the question speaks to really the root causes. I mean, some of the common issues that we all go through in the course of trying to achieve whatever success means to us, right?
Mhm.
Whatever it is. And like John put it so well, success, you don't pursue success. You don't pursue success. You attract success. Okay, by becoming that success that you seek, right? I mean, that's exactly how you do. You become that person. It's an inside job, folks. It is an
Mhm.
inside job. You got to work within you. There's certain disciplines that you go through, right? That make you that kind of person that you would love to be. And then voila, success is yours, right? Just a few, I'm going to talk on a few things here. The first one is fear of failure.
Mhm.
Okay. This can be one of the most significant obstacles to success. The fear of failure can hold you back. It can really paralyze some people.
Yeah.
All right. It can really keep you from keep you stop you from taking risks.
Mhm.
Things that you may be interested in, you may be scared to want to take that chance
Yeah.
because you're afraid of failing. All right, it's a common challenge that a lot of people go through in the success journey, if you will. Okay, it's a common thing. The important thing to note here is that failure is a natural path. It's a natural path of success.
Mm.
Okay, I mean everyone goes through their share of it. It's sort of the price you pay, okay, or the toll you pay as you journey through the highway of success. All right. Everyone goes through failure. The important thing, folks, is to recognize that you're not the only one. Number two also is the fact that you're gonna learn from that experience, whatever it is.
Mm.
Okay. So don't take it as a bad thing. It's not bad. It's normal. Everyone goes through it. Number two, what lessons do you learn in the process? That's the key. And you just go from there. All right. Let it not stop you. It shouldn't stop you. It hasn't stopped John and I. All right. It hasn't stopped John and I. And any successful out there, you're going to ask them, they've been through their share of, we don't like to call them failures, challenges. Right.
Mhm.
Okay, again, just again, look at it as a toll you pay or the price you pay to get on that success highway. Right. And it will just change how you deal with it. All right. And again, they talk about this thing about fear. Most of fear is based on lack of knowledge.
Yeah.
All right. What is fear actually? False evidence appearing real. That's the acronym for it. False evidence appearing real. Right.
Mhm.
Which means that it may not really be
True.
true. It may not be true. Right. I mean, and how do you combat fear? Through knowledge. Right. I mean, so those are some of the things you want to take and think about as you journey through the highway of success. Okay. So that's one of them right there. Um, one of the other big challenges on the path to success is doubt.
Mm.
Sometimes we doubt ourselves, we doubt our potential, we doubt what we're doing, we doubt the choices we've made, right? And then it cripples us.
Mm.
It becomes an obstacle. We can't make it take any step forward because we're sitting there, boy. I mean, it's just, we start again, the fear creeps in again, right? It overwhelms us. But how do you combat that though? How do you combat that though? You sit down and take stock of who you are, your potential, right? What you want to do. Look at the advantage of what you want to do. Look at your attributes. You know, do some affirmations. How great you are. Talk to yourself about your greatness, what you can do, your potential. Spend time meditating. Okay. Get enough sleep. Relax.
Mm.
Okay. Focus on what are you looking to achieve. Those things are gonna get yourself down. Okay. Another challenge also is that some folks, you may have lack of motivation. Motivation can be a very fickle thing. It's common to feel demotivated at certain times. It happens to everyone, right? You feel like the goals are not worth it. And why are you doing this? You kind of, because you get a setback here and there, and then you just decide to say, well, you know what? It's not really worth it. You know, well, times like that, you want to say, hey, why did I choose to engage in this goal in the first place? Why? What were the reasons for me deciding to go down this path? For me to go after this goal? What were the reasons? You make those reasons down, you make another, and then you break your goals into smaller chunks, right? That are achievable,
Mm.
right? That are measurable, right? And you go after them. Like Dr. King said years ago, you don't have to see the entire staircase.
Mm.
You see the next step, and then the next step, and then the next step, and then the next step. You just build on those successes. That'll get you motivated. That'll get you motivated.
Absolutely.
Another challenge also on the journey to success is procrastination. Procrastination can be a big one. It can be
Yeah.
a significant obstacle to success. Procrastination just means that you keep postponing and postponing and postponing, postponing,
Never getting started.
never getting started. And one of the famous football coaches I love, former football coach of the Miami Dolphins in the US, said that starting, okay, starting stops most people.
Mm.
It's the start that stops most people. Think about that. It's a start that stops most people. Okay.
Wow.
And then Dr. Robert Schuller said that Beginning is half done. Beginning is half done.
I like that.
Okay. So every time, just for me, just so you know, every time I feel like, I'm not moving forward, I want to procrastinate. I say, wait a minute. Remember that football coach?
Hmm.
It's the start. That stops most people. Well, I don't want to be most people. I want to be able to get what I want done. I want to achieve my goal. So I got to start. Because if I don't start, I will never get going.
That's right.
Right. And again, Dr. Robishla says, beginning is half done. So if I don't begin, I'm not done. But once you begin, then you get the goal you're shooting for, the objective you're after, sort of develop some strength on the energy.
Mm.
Okay. And it then motivates you to keep going and going and going. All right. And again, it's important, again, set manageable goals, breaking down into little chunks, so that you can do one, and then when you do one, you get excited about what you've done, and then it gives you the momentum to want to move forward. Right. Just, I will do it that way, and then take some breaks in between too. All right. And
Hmm.
one thing also is that celebrate your successes along the way. Reward yourself. Take yourself to lunch with your wife, or someone close to you. Celebrate.
Hmm.
Okay. Go watch a ball game. Go watch a movie, inspirational movie. Do something that makes you feel like you've celebrated that win. All of those are going to help you as you journey through success. I hope these have been helpful. I'll pass it to Joan to help us with some more.
Wow, you were on fire there, Paul. Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much. Thank you. Again, we're talking about common obstacles and challenges and how to overcome them. Okay, so we can become that person who is fit to attract success. So I'd like to add a few more. And Paul has talked about fear. Sometimes there's anxiety that goes with that fear. He's also talked about procrastination, lack of motivation. How about lack of focus?
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a very common
That's a
one
good one.
because sometimes people may say, well, they suffer from attention deficit disorder. Not everybody does, but they suffer from lack of focus, right? And guess what? As great as social media is, today, actually, we are streaming live because of social media. You know, it's a major distraction for some people.
Can be. Can be.
Yeah, it can be actually. And that is where discipline comes in. Okay. You may wake up in the morning, instead of looking at your goals for the day, what you have set for the day, you get a WhatsApp message with a TikTok video. And before you know it, you've spent half an hour looking at TikTok videos and so forth. Nothing wrong with TikTok videos, but they can distract. Anything that distracts you, okay? Anything. It could be a spouse, it could be your family, it could be so many different issues. Whatever distracts you would shift your focus from your goal, from what you're pursuing, right? And that can really hamper your ability to achieve success. Okay. So how can we overcome this challenge? Let's try to set dedicated time. Okay. Some people say they manage time, but like I think Bob Proctor used to say, you don't manage time, you manage your activities. So set dedicated time to manage your tasks, your projects, okay? So that during that time, okay, this time I'm working on this time I am working on that, this time I'm watching TV, this time I'm taking a break, whatever it is that you need to do, just make sure you set time, allocate time so that you have time to focus on what is most important. I would like to also add, I watched this video one time where a professor was illustrating the idea of putting your big stones first, right? He said when you put in your big stones first in a jar, you are able to put in the little stones, you're able to put in the sun, you're able to put in the dust, and you're able to put in water. So you keep filling that jar. Okay. So if you focus on your major tasks first, it helps. All right. It helps you keep that focus where it needs to be. All right. Sometimes some people say, well, they don't have the resources. They have limited resources. This is a common one. For some people to start a business, they may say they don't have the money. Some they don't have the time,
No connections.
no connections, they don't have the network.
Mhm.
So many things that they see as limitations. Well, in our opinion, these are just examples of limited mindsets. Okay.
Excuses.
Okay. These are excuses. We need to be more on the growth mindset side of things. Okay. When we give this, some may be true though. I mean, true in, as I say, your perspective is your reality, right? But that is not the case. Okay. These are just disempowering beliefs that we've carried with us. Okay. We don't have money, we don't have time. These are paradigms. We are focusing on lack. All right.
If I may also add,
Mm.
a good question to ask yourself in a case like that would be, am I arguing for my possibilities or am I arguing for my limitations? All right.
Absolutely.
Because if you argue for what you don't have, guess what you have? More of what you don't have.
Mm.
Right?
Hmm.
But if you argue for possibilities out there, you know, then your imagination comes in, some other things come in, and you're able to achieve even more. So
Absolutely.
again, are you arguing for your possibilities or your limitations? What you don't have or what you could have?
Yes. So if you start seeing things from that angle, right, of your possibilities, things begin to change.
Absolutely.
And as I say, the universe is abundant. And
Absolutely.
it's not just abundant for some, it's abundant for
Everyone.
everyone. So when we start believing that, which is a truth, when we start believing that truth, it becomes a reality.
Absolutely.
Okay. And again, I'm going to point back to my book, Money Locates You, right?
Yep.
So if you are one of those who think you can't succeed, you can't engage a particular project or desire because of lack of money, take a look at that book. It's on Amazon. Okay. And see how you can attract money to do what it is that you want to do. So, money or lack of it should not be a challenge or an obstacle for you to experience success. All right. So start thinking about, like Paul said, look at things from not your limitations, but your possibilities. Okay. Try to be creative. What resources do you have? Okay. Find alternative solutions. Prioritize your most important goals, like as I mentioned earlier when I talked about focus. Okay. So overall, overcoming obstacles or challenges boils down to you changing those minds beliefs that you have, looking at things from a possibility standpoint. It also requires persistence, because some of these things will not happen overnight,
No.
right? You have to build that confidence in yourself, to take away that fear, to remove that doubt. You have to discipline yourself to allocate time to focus on your main goals, okay, on your priorities for the day, if I may say. Okay, it also involves self-awareness, identity, willing to learn and adapt or unlearn those beliefs or things that are not serving you, and learn new information, get new information, new knowledge, become aware of the possibilities that are out there, right? Remember that setbacks and failures are a natural part of the process. I think Paul mentioned this earlier. They are a natural part of the process. We just have to embrace them with that new mindset, with the possibility mindset, with the growth mindset, and see this as experiences that most people go through, and don't see them as
Blockers.
blockers, right?
Stepping stones.
See them as stepping stones
Yep.
and take that first step. Like Paul mentioned Martin Luther King earlier. Take that first step and be on your way to changing yourself to become the person that will attract success.
Absolutely.
Okay. And then you start taking those steps and you make progress and you encourage yourself, you motivate yourself, you reward yourself, and that gives you that boost that you need to take the next step forward. All right. So I think that's about it for today. If you
Yeah.
have any other thing to
Yeah,
add.
Joan, as you said, remember, folks, as the former Miami Dolphins coach said, Mr. Don Shula, it's a start. That stops most people.
Yeah.
It's a start. That stops most people. You don't want to start to stop you, do you?
Mhm.
And remember, beginning is half done.
Yeah.
Right? We folks, we meet every Tuesday about noon. It's start time to discuss concepts like these. If this has touched you in a in a nice way, if you want to know more, just reach out to us. We're on social media, premierdestiny.com. All right. You can email us at support@premierdestiny.com. We'll be happy to share with you, see how we can help you. If you want more information, is again, you go on our website. If you want us to be able to work with you on a private level, reach out us at support@premierdestiny.com, and we'll be able to, visit with you and see how we can help you. So you can make these concepts a part of your life and lead you on your way to even greater success than you're having right now. All right.
Absolutely,
And
absolutely.
we look forward to seeing you again next Tuesday at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time to discuss some other questions that we may have received from our vast listening audience.
That's right.
If you have any question, email us, and we'll be glad to take it on the next time. Thanks again. Thanks for spending time with us today.
Thank you. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye for now.